That is Travis Pastrana, and this is the brand new car, the 25L, the limited national four-wheel drive car. When we walked up, I wasn't sure which car it was until I saw the name on the side, but then got a little bit closer and saw there's quite a bit of differences here, a little bit more OEM spec. Let's go talk to Travis and see what this thing's all about.
Man, so excited to be back here, round 3 ARA championship, but brand new car. Basically, it's a 25L, so it's a limited all-wheel drive car. My goal is just, look, I want to have fun. I want to drive cars for a long time. I want there to be as many people as possible that are in a competitive class, and hopefully this is kind of our year with Subaru and Vermont Sports Car to just say, look, let's figure out the bugs, let's figure out how to get a really, really fun car as inexpensive and as close to production as we can. It's got to be reliable, it's got to be fun, it's got to be as fast as it possibly can be, but hopefully, you know, more like a Rally 3 car that can, you know, we can just build this class, we build this championship. And, you know, this is amazing how many entrants are here at Olympus. You know, next year is going to be I think 40 years since Group B championship. I mean, there's so much history, and it's just awesome to be back.
What were his initial reactions to the car?
He was pretty excited about it. It's the kind of car, it's so far it seems like the kind of car he likes to drive. It's you could toss it around, grab it by the scruff of its neck. Very Travis compatible car so far. We'd like to be able to showcase what we can do with OEM parts. We'd like to make it more accessible, and I think this also gives the competitor the chance to compete against Travis Pastrana.
There's been a big push to be here. Like a lot of guys has done a lot of big hours to be there, and it's always the same kind of feeling, right? You know, like when you put a real driver behind that, you have a lot of engineers thinking about that. What would be the first reaction? Is it a smile, or is it it was a big smile for Travis, so big reward.
What does that mean to you at this point in your career, being able to be part of this development of a brand new car like this that's actually kind of helping grow the sport?
Well, Brandon Semenuk pretty much retired me. I realized that I'm no longer willing, capable maybe, I don't know, whatever the word is, to run at that high of a level. And it's been such an honor, it's been so much fun. But right now, where I am in my life, with my girls and trying to spend a little bit more time at home and just really have fun, I want to do something where we can have as many people as possible. So that's kind of the inspiration behind this. And Semenuk's like, what the hell are you doing? And I'm like, well, you brought it to that next level, and that's awesome. And I know there's a lot of people that aspire to be there. It's great to see Connor Martell really stepping up and getting there. Hopefully we get McKenna back. But I just think that there needs to be a class, or at least, I would hope that there could be a class where we can bring in some of the top racers from all around the world and some of the great drivers from the U.S. and say, okay, this is a lot more affordable. Let's build this as big as we can. Let's have as much fun as we can.
Suspension, we use the same suppliers that we used on our open rally car. But again, we went down on technology inside the dampers to make sure, again, that the cost was staying as low as possible. Gearbox, we decided to use OEM Subaru case, and we use X-shift system inside this gearbox. So it's a different engine, it's a fully OEM-based engine. The performance of the engine is lower than what we've developed with the other one. So we did make a calculation on the ideal ratio based on what the power curve was going to look like.
You're sliding a lot more, you're sideways a lot more. It feels like the old days of, Colin McRae, where you're just kind of backing it in everywhere, as opposed to the cars that they're running now, for speed. They're really locked to the ground. The suspension soaks everything up. This is kind of like an old monster truck. You're kind of bouncing around a little bit more, you're sliding a little bit more. I got a smile on my face the whole time, and it's still so much fun to drive, and it's still quick. So it'll be interesting what it looks like from outside the car, and hopefully it's still just exciting. Yeah, the goal for me was always full season, but just kind of figuring out what we wanted to do, what Subaru wanted to do, and this is a trial period. 100%. It's like, okay, how can we have the most fun? It's still got to be a fun car. It's got to be a durable car. It's got to have some power, but where can we cut the cost to make this class as affordable as we possibly can, where it's still a rally car? It's still a car that can get down through the woods and have a blast with. So this is kind of our year to figure out, I wouldn't say the glitches, but where can we cut costs? Where do we have to maybe add some costs back in? We got a sequential box in this, which is absolutely awesome, and definitely something that's fun from a motocrosser's perspective coming in with that. So it's still a great car, but through this year we'll figure out what we can make the car for, how much we can cut on costs. And at the end of the day, I'm not sure if we're going to be running, a Rive and Drive. I feel like so many of my friends, when we learned from Nitrocross, was, if they can get in the car for a fairly affordable rate, as opposed to, doing a Porsche Cup or doing, Nitrocross or whatever it is, they jumped in the Can-Am class, and, your everyday blue collar working class man could go out there and jump in for a weekend with a competitive car. And I feel like that's the goal here, is to make multiple cars that are exactly the same. So if you're like, I can drive better than anyone in the world, and you say, okay, let me jump in that car. I'm going to jump in and hopefully the Rive and Drive work. Again, that's not my call to make. That's a Subaru call. That's a Vermont Sports Car call. I was pushing pretty hard for this, and, for multiple reasons. But I really want to rally, and there's so many different classes. And it's like, well, what class can we get some top drivers from all over the country? And talking to even guys like Hayden Padden down at Race of Champions, he's like, man, I want to come in, but I got to figure out how to get the funding to run this top class. I want the U.S. Championship. We have some of the best roads. We have some of the best rallies. No matter if you're from the U.S. or from anywhere in the world, I'd like to have a class that they're like, this is an awesome starting ground, or for people like myself, it's an awesome kind of finishing ground. If you want to have fun in a car, this is the place you should be able to do it. It's so cool to be back, and just to see all the crew. And rally is something that I absolutely love. And it's definitely, I haven't been able to put in the time to be that person in the top car. That's, the top cars, they're fast, they're safe, they're fun, but you have to be spot on. And the more downforce that the vehicles get, the more you have to be on your game to get the most out of it. And for me, I love driving. I want to drive as much as I can, but I want to be home with the kids. I have a lot of other things that do interest me. So to come out here in a vehicle that it slides a bit more, it doesn't have the downforce, the precision doesn't have to be quite exactly the same, the speeds aren't quite the same, but you can still go fast, you can have fun, and at a level just shy of that top level, I think I can run for a lot more years. I want to be around rally for a lot more years. I want to be around the passionate people, and I hope to be in the woods for a long time to come. And hopefully this inspires the next generation, the older generation, anyone that wants to come out and have fun. Hopefully this brings a class that's a little more affordable level, and for people to prove themselves and just to keep rallying for as long as possible.